Hello students, myself Dr. BP Pandey. Today I am going to discuss a very important topic in atomic structure, which is quantum numbers and their significance. Quantum numbers and their significance. First, let us start with the definition of quantum numbers. What are quantum numbers? Quantum numbers are such numbers which determine or define various properties of electrons. Determines or define various properties of electron. The properties such as energy, angular momentum, spin, etc. By quantum number, we know in detail about some property, that is energy, angular momentum, spin of electron. There are four types of quantum number. First quantum number is principal quantum number. Principal quantum number. The second quantum number is azimuthal quantum number. Azimuthal quantum number. The third one is magnetic quantum number. And fourth is spin quantum number. Quantum number. Four types of quantum number are there. That is, the first one is principal quantum number, second is azimuthal quantum number, third one is magnetic quantum number, and the fourth is spin quantum number. Principal quantum number, this is designated by the symbol n. Principal quantum number, this is designated by the symbol n. Principal quantum number. And we will discuss here the significance of these all four quantum numbers. First is principal quantum number and significance. This determines the orbit or orbit number, that is the orbit in which a particular electron rotates. That orbit number is determined by means of this principal quantum number, and this is designated by n. Hence, it determines the orbit number. And as you know, number is always in whole numbers. That is, orbit number is always in whole numbers. Hence, the value of n varies from 1, 2, 3, etc. up to infinity. If the value of n is 1, then it denotes the first orbit. If the value of n is 2, then it denotes the second orbit, third orbit, and so on. Orbit may be of infinite number. See, as the number of orbit goes on increasing, the size of atom also goes on increasing. Hence, it determines size of an atom. Important point is here, the principal quantum number, which is designated by n, it determines the size of the atom. With the increasing number of n, the size of atom goes on increasing. Next important significance of principal quantum number, it signifies the energy of an orbit. Energy. En is proportional to -1 upon n square. This relation is obtained by means of Bohr's atomic model. En, that is energy of nth orbit, this is proportional to -1 upon n square. This sign of proportionality, this is replaced by a constant -k upon n square. The value of k, as determined by Bohr's atomic model, this comes out to be 313.6 kilocalorie. Hence, we can determine the value of energy of different orbits. If we put here for first orbit, the value of n is 1, E1. This is equal to -313.6 upon 1 square, that is 1, is equal to -313.6 kilocalorie. Similarly, the energy of second orbit, E2, this will be equal to -313.6 upon 2 square, that is 4. This comes to -78.4 kilocalorie. And that of third orbit, E3, this will be equal to -313.6 upon 3 square, that is 9. This will be equal to -34.8 kilo. By this way, we can determine the value of energy of different orbits. We see here that with increasing number of orbit, the value of energy goes on increasing. That is, the least value of energy is for first orbit, and then second orbit, and then third orbit, and so on. It means that with the increase in orbit number, the value of energy goes on increasing. And as you know, lesser is the energy, greater is the stability. Hence, which orbit will be more stable? Of course, it will be first orbit, because the energy of first orbit, this is minimum. Among all the orbits, the energy of first orbit is minimum. Hence, this first orbit of atom, this is the most stable state. Now, hence, these are the significance of principal quantum number. It determines the orbit number, and orbit number will be always in whole number. Hence, the value of n, it can be 1, 2, 3 up to infinity. And as the value of orbit determines the size of atom, hence it also determines the size of the atom, and it also states the energy of different orbit. Now, let us come to the second quantum number, which is azimuthal quantum number. Azimuthal quantum number, this is denoted by symbol L. Azimuthal quantum number. This determines the orbit, principal quantum number, and the second quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, it determines the suborbit. there are suborbits in orbits. Azimuthal contour number determines the suborbit present in a particular orbit. And as the value of suborbit depends on the value of orbit. Why? Because suborbit is in orbit, hence the value of L. This also depends on the value of n. That is, its value is 0 to n minus 1. See here, for it determines the suborbit, its value depends on the value of n, hence its value is equal to 0 to n minus 1. For it means that for each value of n, there are different values of L. For n is equal to 1, that is for first orbit, the value of L will be equal to 0 to 1 minus 1, that is 0. 0 to 0. This is 0. Similarly, for n is equal to 2, that is for second orbit, the value of L will be equal to 0 to 2 minus 1. That is 0 to 1. That is 0 and 1. For n is equal to 3, that is for third orbit, the value of L will be equal to 0 to 3 minus 1, that is 0, 1 and 2. Similarly, for n is equal to 4, the value of, for n is equal to 4, fourth orbit, the value of L will be equal to 0, 1, 2 and 3. Now, there is an important aspect here. For L is equal to 0, L is equal to 0 is S suborbit. L is equal to 1, this is P suborbit. L is equal to 2, this is D suborbit. And L is equal to 3, this is F suborbit. What we see here? We can determine that which suborbits are present in which orbit. That is, in first orbit, there is only one value of L. L is equal to 0. It means that only S suborbit is present in first orbit. In second orbit, there are two values of L, that is 0 and 1. Hence, the value of suborbit, the suborbits will be S and P. Why? Because if L is equal to 0, then this is S suborbit. When L is equal to 1, then this is P suborbit. Similarly, this is in third orbit, the value of L is 0, 1 and 2. It means here that the three suborbits present in third orbit are S, P and D. S, P and D. And what about this fourth orbit? As we have seen here, the value of L for fourth orbit is 0, 1, 2 and 3. Hence, 0, 1, 2 and 3. Hence, here the suborbits present in fourth orbit will be S, P, D and F. This is S, P, D and F. So what we see here? We see here that the value of azimuthal quantum number that depends on the value of principal quantum number. Why? Because suborbits are present in orbits. Hence here the value of L, that is azimuthal quantum number, depends on the value of n, and its value varies from 0 to n minus 1. Hence, we have seen here that this determines the orbits, this determines the suborbits. Its value is 1, 2, 3 up to infinity. Its value depends on the value of n, that is, its value is 0 to n minus 1. It determines the size and it determines the shape. Mark here, this determines the shape of atom. Why? Because the shape of atom depends on the shape of the suborbit. It determines the size, it determines the size, it determines the second quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, this determines the shape. And another important point regarding azimuthal quantum number is that it determines the angular momentum. Azimuthal quantum number. This azimuthal quantum number determines the angular momentum. Next important point is angular momentum. And as you know, angular momentum is represented by m into v into r. Angular momentum is for such particle which moves in a circle, which has circulatory motion. M is the mass, v is the velocity, and r is the radius. And the value of angular momentum depends on the value of L. And there is a relation between angular momentum and azimuthal quantum number, which is represented as MER is equal to root over L into L plus 1 into h upon 2 pi. As you know, h is Planck's constant, L is the value of azimuthal quantum number. So what we see here? We see here that for L is equal to 0, that is for S suborbit, the value of MVR will be equal to, how much? Root over 0 into 0 plus 1 h upon 2 pi. Any quantity multiplied by 0 is 0. Hence, for S suborbit, the value of MVR, this is equal to 0. For S suborbit, the value of MVR, this is equal to 0. Similarly, for another quantum number, another value of L, that is for P, the value of MVR for L is equal to 1, that is for P suborbit, the value of MVR will be how much? This will be equal to, value of MVR will be equal to root over 1 into 1 plus 1 into h upon 2 pi. H is Planck's constant. Root over 2. This is 2 root over 2 upon root over 2 multiplied by h by root 2 into root 2 pi. That is equal to h upon pi root 2. This is the value of angular momentum for P suborbit. Similarly, you can determine the value of angular momentum for D suborbit. How? For D, we will put L is equal to 2. That is, MVR is equal to 2 into 2 plus 1, 2 into 2 plus 1 into h upon 2 pi. 2 plus 1 means 6. 2 plus 1 means 3 multiplied by 2 is equal to 6, root over 6. Root over 6 into h upon 2 pi. Similarly, we can determine the value of angular momentum for last suborbit, that is F, and this will be equal to root over 3 into 3 plus 1 into h upon 2 pi. Hence, what we see here that it determines the energy, it determines the angular momentum. And this is for this azimuthal quantum number. So mark here, this determines orbits, this determines suborbit. Its value is 1 to 3 up to infinity. Its value depends on 0 to n minus 1. And each value of L has a particular suborbit. For L is equal to 0, S suborbit, for 1, P suborbit, 2, D suborbit, and 3 for F suborbit. It determines the energy of an orbit. It determines the angular momentum. Now, magnetic quantum number. Magnetic quantum number, this is represented by the symbol M. And as you know, magnet determines the orientation, direction. Hence here, this magnetic quantum number, this gives you the orientation of suborbits, and the different types of orientation gives you the different orbitals present in a particular suborbit. Hence, this quantum number, that is magnetic quantum number, gives us an idea about orbital. That is orbital. You can say that orbitals are types of suborbits. Orbitals are present in suborbit. And as we have seen here, that the value of L depends on the value of N. Similarly, the value of M, that is magnetic quantum number, it depends on the value of this azimuthal quantum number. It gives us the idea of orbital. For each value of L, there are different values of M, and the value of M, this is equal to minus L2 plus L. That is types of suborbits which are the orbitals. In quantum mechanics, we define orbital. Orbitals are the space inside an atom where there is maximum probability of finding an electron. It means that electrons are present in orbitals, and orbitals are present in suborbit, suborbits are present in orbit. And as the value of L depends on the value of N, the value of M also depends on the value of L. And we have seen here the value of L is 0 to n minus 1. The value of M is equal to minus L2 plus L. Similarly, see here, for L is equal to 0, that is for S suborbit. The value of M will be equal to minus 0 to plus 0, that is only 0. It means that this S suborbit, this has only one orbital. It means that the suborbit is itself orbital. And this is directionless. M is equal to 0 means it has got no direction. And which geometrical shape has no direction? You know very well. The geometrical shape which has no direction, that is spherical. Hence here we see here that the shape of S orbital is spherical. This is spherical. The value of P, value of L is equal to 1. It means that P suborbit, and the number of orbitals present in C suborbit will be equal to minus 1 to plus 1. Minus 1 to plus 1 means minus 1 to plus 1. In number line, you find there is another number in between minus 1 and plus 1. This is minus 1, 0 and plus 1. Hence, we find here that the p orbitals are of three types. That is minus 1, 0 and plus 1. And we can minus 1, 0 and plus 1. This is the value of M for L is equal to 1. that is P. And the shape of P orbital, this is dumbbell shape. And the three types of dumbbell are oriented towards three axes, that is x axis, y axis, and z axis. Hence, the three types of P orbitals are here. This is x, y, and z, three types of axes. Z. Px, Py, and Pz. Dumbbell shaped P orbitals are of three types, that is -1, 0, and +1. One is Px, that is dumbbell shaped oriented towards x axis, and Py, dumbbell shaped oriented towards y axis, and Pz, dumbbell shaped oriented towards z axis. Three types of P orbitals are there, and the shape of P orbital is dumbbell. This is dumbbell shape. Dumbbell shape. Similarly, the d orbitals. For d orbital, what we find here, for d, the value of this is for s, this is for p, this is for d. The value of L is 2. This is for d orbital. Then the value of m will be for d orbital will be equal to -2 to +2. -2 to +2. -2 to +2 means for L is equal to 2. That is for D. The value of m will be equal to -2, -1, 0, +1, and +2. -1, -2, -1, 0, +1, and +2. This is for D. Hence, d orbitals are of 5 types. And the shape of d orbital is double dumbbell. Double dumbbell makes a single d orbital. We will discuss later that the d orbital are dxy, dyz, dzx, dz square, and dx2, y2. The 5 types of d orbitals are here: -2, -1, 0, +1, and +2. Hence, we see here that the s orbital are of one type, a spherical s orbital. P orbital are 3 types: px, py, and pz. That is for each value of m. This signifies a particular p orbital: -1, 0, and +1. And the d orbitals are double dumbbell shaped, and these are of 5 types. For each value of m, this signifies a separate d orbital. That is for d suborbit, the value of m is -2, -1, 0, +1, and +2. And finally, similarly for f orbital, you can determine the value of m. For L is equal to 3. That is for f. Its value will be equal to 12 + 1. That is -3, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2, and +3. 12 + 1, it means that the value of m is always equal to 12 + 1. 12 means this L, and +1 means 0. And finally, the fourth quantum number, this is a spin quantum number. And this is S, a spin quantum number. We have seen here that suborbits are present in orbits, orbitals are present in suborbit. The value of azimuthal quantum number depends on the value of principal quantum number. The value of magnetic quantum number depends on the value of azimuthal quantum number. And similarly, the value of S, that is spin quantum number, depends on the value of magnetic quantum number. And this is very simple, that for each value of m, for each value of m, there are two values of s. S, that is plus half and minus half. Plus half and minus half. It means that in each orbital there are two electrons. Here this spin quantum number signifies the spin of electron present in a particular orbital, and spin can be of two types. That is plus half and minus half. Plus half means clockwise spin. This is plus half. And minus half means anti-clockwise spin. Clockwise spin and anti-clockwise spin. So there are two types of two electrons present in each value of m, and spin of one electron is clockwise and that of another electron is anti-clockwise. Now we can find here the maximum number of electrons by means of this concept of these four quantum numbers, and these are represented by half arrow up, and this is half arrow down. Let us see the example. For p orbital, the value of L is equal to 1. This is for p suborbit. This is for p suborbit. The value of L is equal to 1. And what will be the value of m for L is equal to 1? This will be equal to, m will be equal to -1, 0 and +1. We can demonstrate the three orbitals by drawing three boxes. This is -1. -1 means this is px, this is py, this is pz. Three orbitals, px, py and pz. And each of these three orbitals will accommodate two electrons. And one of the electron, the spin of one of the electron will be plus half and another electron will be minus half. It means that each orbital accommodates two electrons. The spin of one electron is plus half and that of another electron is minus half. See here, it's plus half, minus half. Here also plus half, minus half. Here also plus half, minus half. Hence, overall, there are 6 electrons in p orbital. It means that each orbital overall, the suborbit, p suborbit contains 3 orbitals and each of the orbitals contains 2 electrons. It means overall there are 6 electrons in p suborbit, and we write this as p2 in electronic configuration. We will discuss this in detail in our another class. What we find here? We find here, and we have seen here that the quantum numbers are of 4 types: principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, and spin quantum number. The value of principal quantum number depends on the value of azimuthal quantum number, and the value of azimuthal quantum number that also depends on the value of magnetic quantum number. And for each magnetic quantum number, there are 2 values of spin quantum number. It means that overall we can calculate the number of electrons present in a suborbit by the concept of these 4 quantum numbers. We will see further that how we can determine the number of electrons in different orbits by the help of the concept of quantum number. Thank you.